Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, y'all. I am tired. My sleep was much better last night than the night before, but for some reason I woke up at 3:20 this morning, which isn't all that terrible. I try to wake up more like 4, but still. So I did my Breathe with Sandy video earlier, and then I followed it up with a Frequencies with Katie, I think her channel is called. She does light language and healing frequencies. I just really enjoy her sound, and her voice is really soothing, because my mind would not, like, as soon as my eyes popped open at 3:20, my mind just started going. Starting with the plumbing yesterday, which was much more expensive than I expected it to be. And I think it's ridiculous. It was, I think, $462 after all was said and done. And I had emptied the tank of the water. I had my own fill valve that he replaced the old one with. And it took him less than an hour to do it. And it was $462. He did also replace the water supply line, the stainless steel braided hose. But I can't imagine that thing cost $300 or something. I feel like that sort of thing would cost maybe max $50. It looked more like a $28 piece of equipment to me. I don't know. I will admit that the nut was difficult enough for me to hire someone to remove, but it still didn't take him very long. And he's a professional. I personally don't think that the visit should have cost more than $200. The problem is, I don't feel like I even could do 3 estimates like my dad taught me to do, because just for coming out is $50, and that seems to be across the board. I've had another company charge me for that, just to come out and look, like give an estimate. It gets folded into your appointment cost if you decide to hire them, but if not, you just paid $50 to get quoted an outrageous price. And also, like, all these companies have regular business hours when people are at work. So already I took a half day off work for that yesterday. I mean, I guess I could try in the future to schedule them all at the same time. Maybe they'd be more likely to give me a better price if they all saw each other too. And knew that they were competing with each other. I might do that next time if there's something I can't repair myself. But let me tell you what, this experience is making me even more inclined to try harder next time to fix it myself. The plumber did validate my difficulties. He said he even struggled and ended up having to, like, pull the fill valve up into the toilet to unscrew it. And I didn't even know that was an option. It doesn't seem like an option. Not sure how that worked, but yeah, I will definitely try other methods in the future to avoid that astronomical fee. And then I contacted a rodent control company, and that is going to be another like $555. At least with that one, I mean, just judging from what these websites say they do, like they come and check your property for all points of ingress and close them off, and then set traps and come back and check. I was expecting like $2,000, so in this case, I think $555 is, while I don't want to pay it, it does seem more fair. It seems like, I feel like there's more involved here. I don't know. Do you guys think that's crazy? I think it's crazy. And it's just really disappointing because I finally was starting to see positive values in my bank account, and they're gonna be negative again. I mean, not entirely, I have enough to cover it, but thankfully I have been focusing on building up my emergency funds again, because I'm definitely going to be, I think, spending more this month than I'm making with all this. And I was watching, I have a new channel recommendation. Thankfully, YouTube alerted her to my channel, and she left some lovely comments on my channel, Julie Jordan Scott. And so I went over and checked out her channel, and I love her channel. And she, in one of her videos, I'll link it below, is titled, "What Do You Want?" And she encourages you to journal on it. And when I asked myself that question, the first answer that came into my mind was, I want to feel safe and supported. And I feel like it's something I have to create within myself, because I don't think I have ever felt truly safe and supported by others. I've always felt like relationships were transactional, and that I could easily lose them at any time. And I've never felt financially safe. Well, no, that's not true. There was a period of time when I was a hairstylist, between all the deaths of my loved ones and between health problems. I've had 2 herniated discs in my lumbar spine. I had cervical cancer, which required surgery, followed by when they were checking to make sure that it hadn't metastasized anywhere. 6 months after the surgery, I got a PET scan, and they found all these nodules in my thyroid. And I had to get multiple, excuse me, so froggy this morning. I had to get multiple biopsies done, which was a terrible affair. I recommend it to no one. They biopsy your thyroid by jamming an enormous why can I not think of the name for these things? I have a bunch for ink, but I just realized maybe I don't know. Even though they're for ink, I feel questionable about showing them on camera. You know what I'm talking about, right? Oh my God. They're for injections. Anyway, syringe. Syringe. An enormous syringe. They jab that into your thyroid repeatedly to collect cells in the needle. And they gave me a shot of Novocaine before each biopsy, but it never worked very well. I could still definitely feel it, and the technician doing the jabbing could tell I could feel it, and they would give me another. I think I got up to 3 shots of Novocaine, but it had basically zero effect. Well, I won't say zero effect. It had the paralytic effect, but not the nerve numbing effect. Same with when I go to the dentist. I will get the slack lips and jaw, but but I'll still be able to feel everything. It's like pointless. I just drool for no reason. Anyway, so I had to get those biopsies on my thyroid, and then, and I think I did that 3 times, and every time the results were inconclusive. And finally they said, well, you can either continue to get these biopsies every 3 months, until we determine that they're benign or cancerous, or you can just get that hemisphere of your thyroid removed. And I was really sick and tired of being stabbed in the neck. And this, this was immediately on the heels of going through the treatment for cervical cancer, which thankfully was caught super early, and I didn't have to do chemo or radiation. It was just what's called a leap, and then surgery. And the leap was terrible, but I'll save that for another day. But anyway, so I was just completely sick of being like worked on and pain and all of that. And I was like, just take it out. And because it's only half the thyroid, I wouldn't need to be on thyroid medication or anything. So I was ready to be put under and have it removed without any more of this jabbing pain. So anyway, I had those 3 health problems in my mid to late 20s through early 30s, I think. And then after I got all of that paid off, then I was able to save up, like, not for like, we hear about millionaires and trillionaires and stuff, billionaires, not trillionaires. I won't be surprised if that happens, but no, I got up to like $10,000 in my bank account, and that was a lot of money. That was amazing to me. And I threw a birthday party for myself at a local restaurant, and I got like the first round of drinks and appetizers for everyone I invited. And yeah, for a little while, I felt really secure, but it's been a long time since I felt that way. And that's the only time in my life that I felt that way. I don't remember what, I'm trying to remember, actually, maybe that period of time, I think that period of time was actually right before my cervical cancer. So then the cervical cancer surgery and all of that, and the thyroid surgery and all of that, and taking all the time off, proceeded to eat through my $10,000, and I've never gotten back to it. I did get back up to about $7,000 a few years ago, but then my my electrical in my house needed to be repaired, and that was $50,000. So I got a loan and contributed my $7,000 to it. And I'm still paying off that loan. So I know that a lot of people don't like talking about money, and they think it's taboo and weird, but I feel like we should talk about it more. I think we should normalize it, and just, yeah, I think it's weird that we're so uncomfortable with it. It is a necessary part of life, and it is a common struggle for 99% of us. And I would like for us to be more comfortable talking about it, and like sharing our woes and our fears and our successes and our wins. Like I know that I'm capable of saving, and I know that I'll make it back. It's just, these low times are really trying. Like they require definitely a lot of faith in myself to keep going and believe that I will overcome. Like, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. And I definitely need to remember the Serenity Prayer, which I love. It is, I'm going to paraphrase because I can never remember it perfectly, but something along the lines of, God grant me the courage to change that which I can change, the patience, grace, resilience to weather that which I cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference. That last part is the clincher. It's sometimes really hard to know the difference. What can I change and what can I not change? How much power do I have? How much energy do I have? Yeah. Energy, I think, is maybe even my bigger problem than money right now. Although money is energy, it's a different kind of energy. But if I had more energy, maybe I would have been more persistent in figuring out how to fix my toilet myself. I am definitely not going to attempt to fix the rat problem myself. I think this is one that definitely needs professionals. It's like inside my ceiling, and it's not like an attic. It's just like my ceiling and then the roof. There's no crawl space at all in there, so I need professional help for this. Yeah, so sorry this one's such a downer. I will definitely bounce back from this. I always do, but for now, today, I'm kind of in a lull, and yeah, I don't want to pretend that I'm not. So I think that's that. May be happy, may be healthy, may be wealthy, may you feel at ease. I love you so much. Until next time. Bye-bye.